Singapore's Consumer Price Index, or CPI, dipped below 5% for the first time this year. Analysts say this may be a sign that Singaporeans have seen the worst of inflation for 2011, but they caution that there are still some risks on the horizon. Singapore's CPI in April rose by 4.5%, moderating from the 5% recorded in March. According to data released today by the Department of Statistics, the CPI would have been up 4.2% if accommodation costs were excluded. A moderation in April's inflation was largely expected after the Monetary Authority of Singapore, or MAS, tightened monetary policy in that same month following a review. Some market watchers say the worst could be over.
I think that the April figure offered some encouragement that maybe the 5.5% year-on-year in January will represent the high for the year. I mean, of course, there's still some uncertainties what happens to oil prices going forward, but even if oil prices resume an upward trajectory, I don't think it's going to be that sharp an increase.
Other economists say further tightening by the MAS is unlikely, as their focus has shifted away from imported inflation, which seems to be under control.
What MAS is worried about is perhaps the consumer segment. They want to see how quickly retailers on the ground pass on cost increases to the customers. This is what will get inflation expectations unanchored. So I think that is why MAS, on top of the 3 rounds of tightening, the government is also doing its part to increase vigilance on the ground to ensure that retailers do not pass on excessive cost increases way beyond what is justified.
Earlier this month, MAS Managing Director Ravi Menon said Singapore's inflation may have peaked and a stronger currency has helped dampen price gains. While some analysts agree with this, they admit that they will be keeping an eye on rising food prices, volatile oil prices and the cost of housing in Singapore to see their effect on inflation here.